How's it going, everyone? Hope you're all having an awesome week. So, I haven't really touched the Lego City in about a week and a half. I just haven't been feeling too well. I still haven't, so I haven't really done all too much, aside from a little bit of Lego shopping, but we all do that, so can't blame me. But anyway, so my plan today was to try and catch up on the Lego City a little bit. I haven't even integrated the Jazz Club yet from the last couple of videos, but I did make a couple of purchases, so those are all currently where it's supposed to go. And as you can see, I just kind of cheated. There's some train track here, just so I could keep running my trains while I wasn't feeling too well. And then, in the process of everything else, it's all gotten a little bit messy. Not too messy, but I kind of undid my cleaning the other day, so we're going to try and fix that as well. So let me show you what I got really quick, and I'll start putting that stuff away, and then I can get to actually putting some of my city together. So, I collect a lot of these cool custom figures by Bendel Bricks. As you can see, the back row is a lot of those Spartans. The middle row I have a Cheese Trooper, and then all the front row are all my Pokemon figs. And he had a recent drop the other day, and I was lucky enough to score all three of them. And they were marked as the 2020 Pikachu Troopers, but that's what I thought I had. But they all look slightly different. So, I'm going to zoom you in a little bit and we can get a closer look at these. So, I don't actually have this Sylveon Vapor Trooper. I think it's Sylveon. So, it's cool. Or it's Vaporeon. Gosh, I'm silly. Sorry. I'm really not feeling too well. But anyway, so it's cool that it comes with the little numbered tags. All of them are out of 50, so you know it's just a limited edition figure, which is super cool. And all of them usually come with the head sideways, so you do have to make that little adjustment. But yeah, it's a sweet looking blue. Really enjoy that figure, so that'll look nice on there. And then, let's see what number Pikachu Trooper we got, number 25, so we're in the 20s. And this one was called Captain Pika. The other one was like Pika, or it's like the Pika Hauser or something. But this one is totally different, which is cool. So it'll be cool to have them next to each other. And then my all-time favorite, I didn't even get the original one on the drop. I had to find that one third party and pay a little bit more for it, which was fine by me because I love Charizard. But this one is insanely cool, and it comes with the orange pauldrons instead of the dark green, which is super cool. I love the color orange. So yeah, all of those are going to be super cool to add into that case, and I'm obviously going to put the versions next to each other. So yeah, I'm going to do that real quick, and then I'll show you guys the updated case. And then, just for you guys, I do want to note that I do have the shiny Charizard Trooper, but I had the decals for it, so I actually did this one myself. And I normally do like custom pins, as you've seen in some of my videos maybe, but man, a custom Lego is like 10 times harder, because it's just all flat surfaces. So I'm actually insanely proud of this work here, and it's going to stay in this separate case for probably ever, because this is my favorite case that I have. So yeah, I've got this one as well, and I'm going to throw that next to the other ones. And those figures were just scratching the surface on my purchases the other day. I went to the good old Bricks and Minifigs in Kenosha, and I picked up a bunch of just random assortment. It's mostly gray plate, but I also try and pick up any tile that I see, as well as like nougat pieces, because those are hard to find. And then I have plans for a gigantic garage door structure, so I got a couple of extra of those just in case, and I immediately just take them out of the bags and throw them in the bins. But I got some other cool stuff as well. I got the sealed city set, the 5612. It's the police officer with the dog, and Reminds me of my brother, so maybe I'll give him to him one day. But yeah, he's got a brown lab and he's a police officer, so I thought that was just a cool set I had to have. My insane receipt. I picked up the sweet tiles. They were like $6, and they just have a bunch of cool Lego sayings on them. Let's see. Let's build together. I'd walk across bricks for you. And one more. Don't go brick in my heart. So I thought those were too cool. I made a bunch of Valentine's Day scenes with them with all my family and friends and a bunch of cool Lego minifigures. So if I can figure out how to put pictures in this video, you're going to see them in the next couple seconds. But anyway, found this at Bricks and Minifigs. I had this figure when I was a kid, but it got eaten by my dog, and I just recently put it together. But it's vintage C-3PO with like that old cool brushed chrome or gold that they don't really do too much anymore, I believe, but might be found on a couple of pieces. So I just had to have it because mine was destroyed as a kid, and this one was pretty good condition. It was like $6 or $7, so I had to grab that. I've only seen them go up in price, so I thought that was cool. And then this legendary Power Miner set. It was one of my favorites, and it came complete with everything. Some of the stickers aren't on there good, so I might switch it out with the one that I had. But for some reason, I just could not find all the pieces for mine. But this Power Miner set is so cool because it's got that cool play feature that actually moves that digger or the grinder. So it's just a super cool set. I know it was pretty cheap in the day, and it was $20 there. And I was like, wow, they don't really make Power Miners anymore. It's one of the cooler ones in my opinion. So that's just something I had to grab. So yeah, I gave everything in a Lego box as well, so I'll be keeping that. And then they also had these bad boys. And you guys know me in vintage Star Wars. You may have already seen this one, but it's the Jedi Duel. It's 7103, and it's Count Dooku versus Yoda. I never had this set as a kid, and I know Sand Blue is long gone. So are these two, but man, it's just such a cool set. So had to pick it up. I got it for an insane price, a lot cheaper than what I've seen it going for on some online retailers. So had to grab it. Then they also had this set, the Twin Pod Cloud Car. I've seen a lot of these available, but not a lot of them in box, and not a lot of them in this nice condition, aside from that right there, which I'll be able to take off. But yeah, this was just such a cool set, number 7119. And I didn't have this one as a kid, but this one's just super cool. It came with Lobot, which was a dual printed head, which back in the day was probably pretty rare. Now that's just common for all figures. So yeah, didn't have either of those. Gonna add both of those to the collection. And then I went to Bricks and Minifigs in Wheaton, and it was a weird store. It was cool, but it was weird. That's all I'll say. But I got Western Emmett from the Lego movie, sealed and packaged, so I'm gonna leave that how it is, and it's just super cool. Love Western Emmett. Love his little face. I found two of the old Jack Explorer guys. So, yeah, those are awesome. I basically got them for the Chameleon, so if anyone needs the figures, let me know, but I'll probably put them somewhere in the mock. But yeah, so I got the two Chameleons. We'll just throw them right there. And then my last figure, which I never had as well, but had to pick up one, was Majesto. So, have a wizard in the city now. And yeah, that pretty much concludes all the purchases that I've made in the past week for Legos. So as you guys can see, I've got most of my Lego idea sets up here, but I've been keeping some of my Power Miners stuff here because it's never been complete. But this was the Power Miners Wally that I made, and it's just based off of the colorway and just all the pieces that I had. So I'm pretty proud of it. I think it's super cool. It's based off of the Wally instructions, aside from some modifications that I had to make everything work. But for the most part, it all works, and I even modified the neck piece with a pivot thingy back here, or like, I don't even know what that's called, but it stays upright, so that's all that matters. So he'll stay back here, and the plan is to put some of the Power Miner stuff in front of it as like a little scene for him. So I had this guy inside the bucket on that platform, and then I had all these guys kind of just out here. And I'll have to get some helmets for them because I lost their blue helmets, and those are pretty specific to them. But yeah, that's the little Power Miners display with the new pieces that I got. And then these little animals right here are going to go on the pet store that I'm making soon. Alrighty guys, so my plan is over here. I've got that little skate park section, and I want to build a little skate shop, but I'm not doing that until I get my bricklink order in. So my plan for now is to just put the jazz shop in its place because that's where it's supposed to go. But in order to do that, I'm going to have to move the train station out because of the 1 block discrepancy and rebuild that. And this all comes off as one big piece, but this whole front section is like caving in, coming apart, and I just think this whole thing needs to just be rebuilt the right way, with lighting included, because there's lighting in there now, but it's all messed up. You can barely see some of the cool structure, so this has to get changed, and changed soon. And now that's going to leave a ton of room to insert the jazz club in here, but I think we're getting rid of the Christmas stuff as well, but I'm going to have to take all the lights out of there, and that's just going to be painful. First section's done, and I'm going to eventually take the houses off and redo most of this, probably for next year, and I'll probably do that next year. I know these two are put together pretty well, so I'm just going to move these out of the way together. Or I guess I didn't even connect these, wow. And we'll take out all these extra plates. And I'm going to come through with my vacuum really quick and dust this. Alrighty guys, well, I don't know what else to do today, so I've decided that I'm going to redo the skate area. I'm pretty happy with how the coping came out on here, so I'm probably going to leave that together, but I want to redo this just because there's a lot of like unused area in the back, and I'm thinking about making like a mini skate hut right here, or maybe right here, and then skate stuff around it so I can display all my skateboards and stuff. So I think that's the plan, and that's what I'm going to go with. So I'm probably not going to time-lapse that, but I'm going to cue that up and then... Alrighty guys, so I spent the whole day yesterday building, basically, after I recorded that last clip. Probably took me about 4 or 5 hours to build this, maybe a little bit more. But yeah, this is the skate shop. Has a whole outside skate park right here, and has a scooter repair center. It's not really an easy way to get to it, but when I connect the jazz club, there will be this little walkway here, so that might help. I might move the scooter people there, but yeah, I've got a couple of funny Easter eggs. We've got the injured person right here. They've got the cast and the crutches and everything, and the slip on the banana peel, so it's kind of like they got injured in a skating accident, and they're just kind of watching everyone else. But yeah, as we scoot around to the front, we've got the dad and the daughter who just bought a skateboard for her, so they're going to be pretty happy. And then we've got the daughter and the mom right here who just bought the scooters, so they're going on a little ride. And I made a pretty good use of this garage door right here to cover up the inside skate facility. And then as you wrap around this side here, you can see that there's a gigantic window as well. And then you can kind of see into there barely, but there's two people who are skating on the indoor skate ramp. And then as it comes around to the back, got some grass on the corner here, some like leaves and stuff, and some random greenery and stuff to kind of spice it up. I found these pink ladders at Bricks and Minifigs, so I figured I would add those in as well. And then I do want to note that in my whole city, most of it's electric or gas operated and everything like that, but this is my first electric solar building. So yeah, that's pretty cool for a Lego building. Literally does nothing other than the panel on the roof, but that's what it is. And then on top of that, I also added that tree on the roof as well. Figured it would spice it up, switch it up, make it look kind of cool. And then one of my favorite building techniques was I used one of the old snowboards. One of my favorite pieces I had as a kid. I would always put somebody on a snowboard and race them around. So then one of my other favorite building techniques was I was able to use two of those lever pieces and put them into the bottom of the snowboard so it could angle downwards here and kind of look like the front of the shop. And then I put that minifigure with all the moving parts on there, so it would look pretty cool. So let me readjust this camera angle so I can show you guys the interior of this build, because I'm actually insanely proud with how that one turned out. And I do want to note, I do need to tile off the whole outside. It's very common for me to do a build and not tile it yet, just because I'm not sure how much I'm going to need, and I really don't have a lot of extra tiles right now. So that's pretty much just waiting on those, but it'll look pretty cool in the city, and then I'll tile everything off and it'll all be complete. So yeah, let me get a different camera angle for the inside of this build. Alrighty, a lot of the current Lego buildings that I have in my city have just those little snap clip tile pieces, or whatever you call them. This one just lays on the inside. I made it pretty plain and simple, just got a couple of black pieces on the inside to help keep it in with the tiles. And that's it. The only thing that holds it in place is this ladder piece, and that's just 2 Lego dots. But yeah, already on the inside you can see it's just insanely colorful. I have 4 skateboards on the walls. I've got the snowboard, or the surfboard right there. And then I have a snowboard on this wall over here. And then I have a whole rack of helmets going up, kind of separating that whole inside area. And then on the inside I have that whole skate park and just a whole area for shopping. So yeah, I'll show you some cool different camera angles of this and then explain it some more. So we've got the entrance to the shop. You can see I have the little flower pot there, and then the dad, who seems pretty happy helping his daughter out. And then you can just kind of look in and see that the skate shop employee is there ready to help. He's got the whole pink desk and everything. I gave him like an old dial piece or a calculator or something. But yeah, we've got all the skateboards on the inside. Added some cool like prismatic texture tile pieces. Kind of reminds me of zoomies. But yeah, then we scroll around to this inside over here, and we've got just this huge skate ramp and 2 skaters, like a boyfriend and girlfriend or something. I don't know, but they're skating together. And yeah, it's just a whole inside skate ramp. And we got some kids watching, just waiting for their turn. And I think it just turned out really well. Just a small little skate shop. And then let me show you how the top just slides back on. Nothing to it. So yeah, that's my little skate shop. I think in the future I might upgrade it and make it look like the one I used to work at, but for now I'm just going to leave it as is. Alrighty guys, it is finally time to integrate this corner lot for the skate shop and the Jazz Club Pizzeria shop into my Lego city, and I am beyond excited for it. So I'm starting with the Technic pins here. I'm actually going to remove the train track and make it a little bit easier to get it in here. Should be pretty simple. And the reason I use all the Technic pins is it really holds all the MILS plates together and keeps them all at an even space. That way, over time, if I expand the city, all of it stays pretty much even. And then it's a lot easier to just clip this in kind of like that. there we go. We've got the corner lot integrated. Now I want to run the train track through real quick and make sure, or the train, and make sure that it's all good. And it doesn't even come close. Perfect. Make sure everything's clipped in well. Awesome. Alrighty guys, well I think that's going to complete my modifications for the city today, and that was a lot of development there. I finished up this corner right here, so there's no more like openings there. I cleared it off with the gray plate. And then I actually adjusted the inlet for my train station so that it now comes in from the left side and it's still a double lane. So I was able to do all those modifications while still holding on to my dual lane train station for now. So I'm pretty happy with that. I don't have to upgrade it yet. I do have a pick-a-brick order coming, and that's going to change out those two white pieces for dark navy. And that'll pretty much finish up the design, but I'm going to have to redo that, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, this corner turned out insane. You've got the sushi store / noodle shop. You've got the custom skate shop, then the pizzeria and the jazz club. And yeah, it looks awesome. The way my city's set up, it's in a corner right now, but in my future layout, it's going to be out in the middle of the room, so you're going to be able to look at it from all sides. So right now, we're just getting the back side of the jazz club and everything, but that's no big deal. Eventually, I'll adjust that, but pretty much have a couple of other things that I have to tidy up here. I did end up doing this off camera, but I'm going to make some sort of billboard for this Lego store. I have all those things there, so it'll end up on that side of the wall there. But yeah, hope you guys all enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun making it, and there's going to be a lot more city updates coming very soon. So have a good rest of the weekend. Take care.